Hello, I'd like to spend some time talking about heat of reaction, or sometimes it's called enthalpy of reaction. The enthalpy of reaction is a very useful piece of information. It tells us how much energy is released or absorbed for a particular chemical reaction. You're going to come across a piece of information called standard heat of reaction or standard enthalpy of reaction. And the word standard is just used to describe certain conditions under which the chemical reaction was performed. Standard state refers to chemical reactions that happen at 25 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere pressure. To designate standard state, the symbol for the standard state is this little naught, or a superscript 0. If there isn't a superscript 0 describing the enthalpy of a reaction, that particular reaction was done at some temperature not 25 degrees Celsius and some constant pressure other than 1 atmosphere. One benefit of using standard state reactions is an ability to compare different reactions under the same conditions. Looking at these two reactions, standard enthalpy of formation is another concept you're going to have to understand. Standard enthalpy of formation is given this symbol, where there's a little subscript for an F representing formation. Now, the standard enthalpy of formation is how much energy is needed or absorbed to form some chemical from its elemental components. When writing chemical equations for the standard enthalpy of formation, the product is always 1 mole. That's why we have a fraction here. So 2 moles of aluminum plus 1/2 mole of oxygen will make 1 mole of aluminum oxide. The amount of energy released in that process is 1,660 kilojoules. Standard enthalpies of formation are also going to be used to calculate standard enthalpies of reaction using this equation. Here's an example of a problem of how we could use standard enthalpies of formation to calculate the standard enthalpy of a reaction. So we're going to try and figure out how much energy is released in the formation of nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide is formed from the combination of nitrogen monoxide and oxygen gas. Here's the balanced chemical equation. Using values found in the appendix of the book starting on page A18, you'll find these values. For the reactants and products, plugging in the standard enthalpies of formation into this equation, calculating, you will find that the enthalpy of reaction for the formation of nitrogen dioxide is 147.32 kilojoules are released. Questions?